Beg pardon, sir. But you are the Arisen, are you not? Captain Brandt bade me ask aught of you, if you would hear it. However, it is a matter best kept from prying ears. Might we not move to a more discreet location? Firstly, pray, take this. 'Tis a regalia sword, one of the kingdom's treasures. 'Tis my duty to guard it. Yet, I have stolen it from the masquerade hall where 'twas on display. A duplicate now rests in its place, and I must beg you to keep the true artifact hidden, lest the ruse be discovered. Generations of Amundian rulers have wielded it, though not in battle, of course. 'Tis a ceremonial weapon for use in parades and the like. Yet, Deesa's disdain for tradition has seen the blade suffer. 'Tis fractured, and has lost much of its former luster. Captain Brandt is of a mind to restore it, so that it might serve as a symbol of your authority, Sir Arisen. Indeed, when the time comes for you to announce your ascension, having this sword at your hip would doubtless elevate your standing in the eyes of the people. And I must confess, having watched over the blade for many a year, I've grown rather fond of it. I should be well glad to see it restored to its former splendor by your hand. My hopes for our kingdom and its treasure go with you, Sir Arisen. I bid you good fortune.
Well met, sir. How might I be of service?
Hey? Got a blade what needs fixing, do ya? Hand it over. Where'd you find this ancient thing? I can scarce see the steel for all this rust. But hold a moment. Isn't this a regalia sword? The state of it. Blades like this were ne'er meant for battle, sure, but this one's been ill-treated. Restoring an antique like this will prove nigh impossible, methinks. Although, there is one who might have the skill. A dwarf, Oren Batal. A living legend of the smithing trade. If anyone can do it, sir, I reckon 'tis he.
So, a legendary blacksmith resides in Batal. It sounds as though he's our best bet for restoring the regalia sword.
True enough.
We've arrived, just as planned.
Don't bring trouble to my door, you hear? Got some work for...
Oh!
I'm not interested.
Aye. What brings you to Brocker's smithy? Looking for scale cinder, are we? Well, you're in a luck. Our forge is flit. Oh, 'tis at an elf's behest, you say? I'm afraid that changes things a wee bit. Elves and dwarves don't get along, see? Brocker won't want to help you. Unless you were to offer him aught he couldn't resist. Listen, I happen to know there's one bit of elven culture no dwarf can turn their nose up at. All elven fare's bland as grass. All of it. That is, save the singularly flavoursome dish, Nutriab. Course, no dwarf would openly admit to having a taste for it. But the fact of the matter is, the mere smell of that dish has dwarves foaming at the maw. Don't believe me? Bring a bowl of it to Brocker. You'll soon see. Someday, I'll forge a blade.
Don't bring trouble to my...
Must you run so fast? I can hardly keep you in my sights, Arisen.
Let us endeavor to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot. Given the state of things, I may have to close the inn ere long. I fear for the future of this night. Do come again.
A customer, then. That changes things.
If e'er you stumble across...
If 'tis a blacksmith you need, I can't help you. I'm retired, see? Oh ho! 'Tis a regalia sword you want restored, is it? That's a first. All right, give us a look then. Now here's a masterwork of craftsmanship if I e'er saw one. Not to blow my own horn, but I wager I'm the only blacksmith who could set this ailing steel to rights. But, as I've said, I've lain down my tools, and before you start begging, know that I don't intend to pick 'em back up. Well, why are you still standing there? Leave an old man in peace.
That went rather poor.
Beg pardon, sir, but I couldn't help overhearing your conversation with Brocker. You'll have to forgive him. He's been in a foul mood ever since we got cut off from the fuel for our forge. Though, he's always been a bit crotchety, come to think of it.
Enough cheek, you wool-brained wastrel. Now, I'm off to the tavern. Can I count on you to mind things here while I'm gone?
Of course you can. You go enjoy yourself. Psst. Hang about, eh? When he's gone, you and I can talk. 'Twas special made to use glimmer coal, mined from a nearby cavern. Till the monsters settled in, that is. Neither of us can go anywhere near the place now. Listen, Brocker's too proud to ask for help, but I'm not. Would you be willing to go out to the cavern and mine us up some glimmer coal? I'll take as much as you can carry. Should you succeed, I reckon he'll change his mind about restoring that blade of yours. Now, true to its name, glimmer coal emits a pale light, so you'll want to cast your eyes about for any glowing spots when you get to the cavern. Oh, suppose you'll be needing the name of the place. Digger's Ruins 'tis called. I'll count on you to bring lots of the stuff back.
If we can procure some glimmer coal from Digger's Ruins, Sir Broker ought to have a change of heart about the regalia sword. Follow me. I will guide you to the location.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
Master, if you're carrying around anything you don't need, there's no time like the present to rid yourself of it.
Perhaps 'tis time we
I espy a hobgoblin.
We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness.
I knew that I could count upon your strength, Arisen. I see you've been drenched. Dry off as soon as you can. consider this a lesson. This is what befalls one who lets down their guard.
One ill-timed dodge, and I'm covered in bruises.
The cave. Shall we proceed into the depths?
Narrow passages may await us. Be on your guard.
By your leave.
Ooh, I can't wait to find out what's inside. You'll not live to regret it.
We are to retreat, then?
Hold fast, Arisen. I shan't let you fall.
Defend the Arisen. The Arisen has been drenched. If we keep on like this, victory shall soon be ours.
Bear in mind, pride begets peril.
Methinks there are rare materials to be found hereabouts.
Well spotted. Shall we see what we can find?
Methinks we could move this boulder if we work together.
Would anyone care to push?
Now there's a worthy prize. If only to work so far away. A band of veterans!
Have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness. Eyes open. There's no telling what might lurk in the shadows of this place.
Caution is wise. Over-caution is foolish.
One arrow is all I need.
A well-made thing, that. Perhaps we could make use of it.
It certainly bears inspection. I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
Tis about time we pressed on, wouldn't you say, Master? I've got a good feeling about this one.
One of us is being drenched! You're carrying far too much, Master. Pray lighten your pack, that you might move nimbly again. suppose there can be no harm in bringing this along.
We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner. This ought to suffice, unless you'd rather mine for more, Master.
True enough.
One arrow is all I need. If I might be so...
Our foes are like to use the dark against us.
'Tis dark as pitch, Master. Pray, light your lantern afore I...
We seem to have arrived without issue. But are we safe here?
Master, if ever your pack grows cumbersome, know...
You're back. Have you any glimmer call for me? That's plenty. Many thanks. Brocker, we've got more glimmer coal. Now we can reignite the forge.
'Tisn't the forge what needs igniting, girl, but your fool ears. I've told you my smithing days ended when those monsters moved in. I've no use for glimmer coal anymore. I'm done. Understand? I'll not hear another word about that rusted hunk of steel. If you're so keen to have it repaired, then see to it yourself. Now leave me be. My mattress beckons.
I was certain he'd pick up his tools again if we only had more glimmer coal. My apologies for putting you to all that trouble, sir. But mayhap your efforts needn't go to waste. I could try my hand at repairing that sword for you, if you'd be agreeable. Way I see it, if old Brocker's the only smith with the skill to see it done, then I'm your best hope, being as I'm his apprentice and all. Well, what say you? I'm grateful for your trust, sir. You'll soon see your faith was well placed. Mayhap not soon as 'twere. I fear I'm a novice in the truest sense. I'll be needing some time. But I'll see it done all the same. You have my word. Mark me. This blade will be shining like a star by the time I'm finished with it.
Sir Sara is apprenticed to the legendary dwarven blacksmith. There's no doubt in my mind that she will succeed.
I've ne'er seen this sort of craftsmanship. How'd they work such a pattern into the blade? Hi there, Arisen! Forgive me, but I've made nary a lick of progress toward restoring that sword of yours. the blade's make is as intricate as 'tis beautiful. Suppose that's why these things ne'er see battle, eh? If I only knew how to create this pattern on the steel, mayhap the rest had come easier.
What are you jabbering about now?
Oh,
You're looking at the work of a blaze hammer. 'Tis a process scarce employed, but one befitting the prestige of a regalia sword. Honestly, girl, you're no apprentice of mine if you can't figure out aught as simple as that.
Sorry, Brocker. Must have slipped my mind. But if these patterns were the work of a blaze hammer, mayhap that's what it'd take to fix the blade. If you've not heard the term, 'tis where you heat your hammer to extreme temperatures by dipping it in magma. 'Tis hardly e'er used since the hammers like to cool afore you can forge aught with it. Brocker's explained the process to me, but I wonder if that's enough.
It seems 'twill take a rather complex process to restore the sword, but I've no doubt that Sir Sara is up to the task.
True enough.
Knowing that the patterns on the sword were the work of a blaze hammer complicates matters somewhat. Suppose I'll sleep on it. Mayhap the answer'll come to me on the morrow.
You're the one who brought that regalia sword here in the first place, aye? I want a word. It's that fool apprentice of mine. I haven't seen her since yesterday. Knowing her, she's skipped off to the mountain base cave on Volcanic Island to try her hand with a blaze hammer. It's the only place with enough heat. See, since you're the one who inspired this nonsense, you'd best go find her. And bring her back in one piece, lest I ring my hammer against that hollow shell you call a skull!
Puts me in the mood for a song, it does.
Go on, have a look. Hoy! No need to overthink it. You can change it on a whim. You've naught to... Many thanks.
I'll take it. Any chance not to think on my troubles.
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
Sure as trouble occurs, it is my charge to set it right.
Let me get that.
this rubbish.
Well met, sir.
And why wasn't
How might I be of service?
Much obliged. Here. Take this. As a token of my gratitude.
Some of us get complacent. I train every day.
My knees are acting up.
All I had to do is work now. I'm tired.
Take that!
Stay calm now. Remember your training.
That's enough. I must stand firm.
It's just too late.
I know you're made of sterner stuff than that.
I don't like them.
Fine. Should have set these sights lower.
Pally! This battle is not yet done.
This is a command.
Rattlers! There! I shall see it done.
I've got a good feeling about this one.
Nice
Any last words?
That reminds me. Now that I think on it, none in our party are healers.
'Tis worth considering. A mage with knowledge of the curative arts could be our barrier to its life and death. A profitable endeavor.
A treasure chest! I can hardly wait to open it.
Let us hope your curiosity will be rewarded.
of us has been poisoned.
Battle is best avoided here.
The product of heedlessness.
Is anyone able to aid our comrades?
I only hope I did not disappoint.
If 'tisn't the Arisen, come to check up on me, have ya? Well, I'm faring just fine. In fact, I've done it! See? 'Tis a blaze hammer. All that's left is to get this to the forge outside the cave. I hope you're ready, Arisen, as there's not a moment to spare. Follow me, and quickly.
Make haste for the cave exit.
Must you run so fast? I can hardly keep you in my sights, Arisen.
Let us endeavor to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot.
To still scolding at top. Let's strive to keep it that way. We're nearly there now.
Naught feels quite so wasteful as coming upon a fine piece of equipment after purchasing the very same item in a shop.
I expect that's a common occurrence in our line of work.
We've made it out at last. Good on you for keeping up. Right, now to do what I came here for, then it's back to the smithy for the finishing touches.
We seem to have arrived without issue. But are we safe here?
You bird-brained buffoon! Where have you been?
Brocker! Sorry,
There's no time for apologies, girl. We've got to get that blade on the anvil, lest the blaze hammer's treatment be for naught. You're the first apprentice of mine with the gumption to do aught like this. You got the blaze hammer work done, and you did it right. But the hardest part's what comes next. I'll walk you through what's needed, though I dare say 'tis one of the few lessons I've left to teach you. You've proven yourself this day, Sara. You're the one fit to carry on my techniques and this smithy. But not if you're gonna stand there and gawk. To the forge with you, girl!
Come in, Brocker. Hi, Arisen. I've been waiting for you. Here it is. Your regalia sword. Looks newly forged, doesn't it, eh? Brocker had me working on it for hours. Got nary a wink of sleep. But owing to that, methinks it turned out real fine. I only hope you're pleased with it. 'Tis as much your success as mine. So much has changed for me since you first brought that sword to the smithy. I feel as if I'm finally on the path to becoming a blacksmith in my own right. Thank you, sir, for all you've done on my behalf.
Turn sooner rather than later.
Well met, Sir Arisen. Might I inquire as to what's become of the regalia sword? So this is how the sword looked in its glory days of yore. 'Tis splendid to behold. I thought the blade ought to be restored for its history, but seeing it like this, I feel it means something more. Something greater. Pray, give my thanks to the blacksmith who repaired it. 'Tis fine work she has done. Impeccable, I should say. And you, Sir Arisen, you have my sincerest gratitude. You have breathed life anew into one of our kingdom's most sacred treasures. I can imagine no worthier symbol of a sovereign's majesty. I await the day it shall adorn your noble hip with bated breath.
And let the drum